Good morning. Thank you for joining me and welcome to another Messy Middle Moment with Melissa. This word is going to come from James chapter 1, verses 22 through 25. And it says, "Do not merely listen to the word and so deceive yourselves. Do what it says. Anyone who listens to the word but does not do what it says is like a man who looks at his face in a mirror and immediately forgets what he looks like. But the man who looks intently into the perfect law that gives freedom and continues to do this, not forgetting what he has heard, but doing it, he will be blessed in what he does." Well, I'm not always a doer. I will listen and I may not put it into practice. So in this messy middle moment, I want to just share about what's happening in my life. And one of the things that I have struggled with is being consistent and really being disciplined. God desires for us to be disciplined, not like you're getting a spanking or nothing like that. No, it's like that an athlete. They continue to train and train and train and do all things to perfect what they're doing. And a lot of times, most of the time, it comes from growing out of your comfort zone, things you don't really want to do. Like, I don't like exercising. I wish I can tell you it is my favorite thing. It isn't. And that's why I'm not trying my best to, get out there and be with a man who loves to exercise, because that ain't my jam. But in the waiting, there is work to be done. And in this part of my journey, I'm in my word. And I'm becoming more disciplined or becoming a well-watered woman. As I sit down and take the time with God, I realize the importance of what I'm doing, the cost of souls, why being in this word matters so much, why what I do, even in sharing the messy middle moments, is important. It's not perfect, and I'm never going to try and be that. I don't know it all. In fact, the newness of it, I guess, is exciting, but yet it's frightening because I'm responsible for the word that I put out. But I was called to this. I was called to bring the gospel into the nations. That was something that is a part of my life. And so, because that's a part of my purpose on the earth, that's why I do these videos. Not to just be listening to the word, but actually to be a doer. My pastor gave a message yesterday on growing beyond your comfort zone. And my comfort zone is to stay hidden. I don't like to be out in the open, and I don't like to share things that are going on right now. People, not to say, I don't know the right word. People do things that really bother me, and I try my best to stay out of the way. But sometimes getting in the way is the best thing for you. And one of the things that he talked about was facing our fears. And my fear is that, well, what I carry will be rejected, that I will be misunderstood, that I will have to carry a responsibility that I'm not yet ready for. But yet I know I serve a God that he doesn't really care about whether people are going to reject me or not, because he's already accepted me. And so I hold true to the word that if God be for me, who can be against me? So today I move with intentionality to present the gospel, committed and disciplined every day, to be a doer of the word, not just a listener, not a hearer, to grow out of my comfort zone. And every part of growing, the first part of it is facing my fears. Because in this place of fearfulness, I've been hindered. But in this place where I am overcoming those fears, I've seen growth. I've lost a ton of weight. I've enjoyed the part of my life that I didn't know I needed. I've become a woman who values life, not just lives of babies or women, but just life. I really am living the life I love and love the life I live. Now, it's not perfect. I promise you, it is not. I'm nowhere near where I want to be. But the place that I am, this place in humility, is the best place for me. It's teaching me something. And I'm looking at the experiences that I've had and how God is using them for others, to speak to their hearts, to speak to this part of their journey. Then I'm learning that being a doer of the word is so much better. And so today, the part of being the doer is to love beyond measure. It's to love in a place that I didn't know I had. To love like I've never been hurt. Because as I become a wife, I have to know that who I am in this moment matters. And that I'll be able to look back at this video and be encouraged in the part of that journey of being a wife. That, well, I was doing the work, and the work was so worth it. So I'm going to encourage you today. Sit down. James chapter 1, verses 22 to 25. Understand God is calling you higher, and that higher requires a hard work, and it requires patience, and it requires love and commitment, and it requires discipline. So I encourage you, get into your word. Become more disciplined. It only takes 5 minutes. And it'll seem like a lifetime. But it's worth reading. It's worth applying. It's worth seeing yourself grow beyond where you ever thought you'd be. Because the woman I am today, in these messy middle moments, they encourage me and they inspire me to do more, to love harder, to forgive. And I often ask God to make my words seasoned with grace and oily with mercy. And He's doing just that. So in this messy middle moment, I encourage you, walk with the Lord. Become disciplined by reading your word. And don't just listen to the words of your pastors, to the sermons, to all the things. Become a doer. Apply it. Live it out and grow. This is yet another Messy Middle Moment with Melissa. I love you, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. Have a fantastic day.